Stand-up comedy videos to harden your funny bone. How to become a comedian blogcast series, aspiring comedians checklist. In this podcast, stand-up comedy videos to harden your funny bone. I'll give you the direct line to my exclusive stand-up comedy videos on techniques that will help you become a stand-up comedian. On my YouTube channel, I have hundreds of stand-up comedy videos that will entertain and expand your knowledge and harden your funny bone. In my previous blogcasts, Aspiring Comedians Checklist, watch stand-up shows to ignite your comedy passion, study comedy styles to unleash your funny, and read stand-up comedy blogs to fuel your dreams. I explained the importance of watching stand-up comedy shows, studying comedy styles, and reading blogs so you'll know what's happening in the stand-up comedy community. To become a stand-up comedian is not a destination, it's a journey. To clear the path for you, I've created some categories of stand-up videos and placed some of my best to make it easy for you to learn as you check another item off your list. By watching these stand-up comedy videos, you'll gain a deeper understanding of complex subjects, challenge your own beliefs and assumptions, and even expand your knowledge on various ideas about being funny. Stand-up comedy videos to become a comedian. As you're starting on your exploration of the world of stand-up comedy, here are some stand-up comedy videos to help you make a bumpy trip a bit more comfortable. These stand-up comedy videos will answer like, is there a shortcut? Or why is stand-up comedy so scary? Or what is a comic voice? And many more basic questions. Some of these stand-up comedy videos are with me, Greg Dean, answering students' questions in my Level 2 classes. The only shortcut, learn the fundamentals. Here are some of the titles of my YouTube videos about learning the fundamentals of stand-up comedy. Why is stand-up comedy so scary? Modeling comedians' techniques. The comic voice. How to have open mic success. Stand-up comedy videos on joke writing. Learning how to write jokes and funny stories is the first step to creating stand-up comedy routines. Once you learn the craft of making things funny, this will quicken your pace to performing. I give many examples of solving writer's block, the 3 types of setups, writing punchline correctly, and so much more. Here are a few of my helpful stand-up comedy videos on writing to check off your list. Solution to writer's block. 3 types of setups. The punch ends with the reveal. Joke is a single unit of humor. Puns, groans versus laughs. Stand-up comedy videos on routines. As you get better and better at writing jokes, soon you'll want to put them in order to create a routine or tell a story. There are many techniques you need to know, like choosing topics, how many premises, how long and in what format, to help you build a killer stand-up comedy routine. Here are some guidepost stand-up comedy videos to keep you on the right track as you enter the arena of open mics and performing. Here are a few titles of my stand-up comedy videos on routines. Choosing topics for routines. How many premises for a 5-minute show? Develop 3 to 5 to 10-minute routines. 2 formats for stand-up comedy routines. Graphing the jokes in routines. Get on track to comedy success with our YouTube videos at Greg Dean Comedy. Click, watch, learn, and laugh. Stand-up comedy videos on rehearsal. How you rehearse is how you will perform. So be careful how you rehearse, as it'll dictate your future performances. These stand-up comedy videos will teach you that repeating the words over and over, then you're practicing to make sure you say the words of your jokes correctly, can get in the way of being funny. The audience doesn't care if you say your jokes correctly, they want to have fun with you. If all you want is to make sure you say your jokes correctly, then you've missed the whole point of stand-up comedy being a relationship with the audience. Check out these stand-up comedy videos to get a better understanding of rehearsing so you can be present with the audience and foster the playful relationship during every show. How you rehearse is how you will perform. Why use Greg Dean's rehearsal process? Greg Dean's rehearsal process example. Rehearse your show in gibberish. Timing a stand-up comedy show including laughs. Stand-up comedy videos on performing. So far, you've watched stand-up comedy videos on how to become a comedian, joke writing, assembling routines, and rehearsal. Next, it's time to learn about performing stand-up comedy. You're entering the world of sociology and dealing with groups of strangers. This is the reason they say there's no substitution for stage time. Even with a great routine, you've still got to be present and play with the people in front of you. Here are a few stand-up comedy videos to help you better understand how to be a leader and a follower at the same time. Dealing with stage fright. Proper goal setting for comedians. Why did I go blank? The show is the relationship. Focusing, inattentive audiences. Stand-up comedy videos on bombing. Buckle up and make sure you have safety measures in place, as this is where the ride can have many twists and turns. This is the roller coaster of your journey. There is no path around it, only getting on it and learning to have fun while being scared at the same time. Yet there is much advice you can learn from these stand-up comedy videos. The fear is mostly in your imagination as you project into the wreckage of the future. The reality is, just as with a roller coaster, you're never really in any mortal danger. It just feels as if it's real. Yet this is a ride you must take to learn how to deal with the ups and downs, spins, sudden drops, and jolting stops to realize you can finish each ride. Bombing isn't failure, it's feedback. And the more you step into it, the sooner the scary ride gets fun and more exhilarating. Here are a few stand-up comedy videos to help keep you on track. How to heal from bombing. How to develop thick skin. When no one is laughing or listening, comedians bomb every show. Take responsibility for bombing. Want more stand-up comedy resources? Head over to gregdeancomedy.com and start checking off your comedian's checklist. Stand-up comedy videos on the business. You're merging into the fast lane of show business, so as you become a comedian, you'll need to do more than just work on your show. You'll need to understand and create a business. It's half of the work you'll be putting into creating a career. Here are some stand-up videos to get you up to speed so you can blend into a crowded highway of comedians. Networking with comedians. Comedy club etiquette. Brand with a consistent moniker. What is clean material? The meaning of communication is the response. In this How to Become a Comedian blogcast series, Aspiring Comedians Checklist, stand-up comedy videos to harden your funny bone. You've cruised along the journey by watching the stand-up comedy videos to help you understand some of the categories like become a comedian, joke writing, routines, rehearsal, performing, bombing, and show business, which will all harden your funny bone. When you've checked all these stand-up comedy videos off your aspiring comedians list, then you can continue to watch more on my channel. Remember to subscribe and click the bell so you'll get the latest updates on how to become a comedian. youtube.com/GregDeanComedy. Next up. In my next blogcast, How to Become a Comedian blogcast series, Aspiring Comedians Checklist, get your jokeaholic fix. Addict's Guide to Joke Books, I'll demonstrate the value of collecting and reading quality joke books. You can prepare to become a comedian alone in your room where no one is watching unless you leave your curtains open. Your comedy career starts here. Subscribe to Greg Dean Comedy on YouTube and join our classes at gregdeancomedy.com. Let's get you on stage. Laughter is contagious. Pass it on.